guys, Sergio here, welcome back to another video. So what I thought I would do today is just do a little collection of things that you really shouldn't say to someone with a chronic illness. I've actually had all of these things said to me over time, and I do know that people usually mean well when they say these things. However, when you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 100 people say it to you, it just gets really frustrating. I'm going to say I am 99% sure that the majority of people say it all. They mean well, they are just trying to help. The thing is, when you are diagnosed with some sort of chronic illness, you will have done research yourself. You will be seeing doctors who have studied, who have been engrossed in these diseases, these conditions, these illnesses for years. If there was some weird, wonderful thing that could solve all my problems, either I would have found it through research or the doctor would have known about it. So when you are saying these sort of things to someone with chronic illness, just take a moment and think, is it actually going to help that person? So I'm just going to put in a few in here that I've had, and then I'll come back at the end and just have a quick chat with you. I know exactly what you mean. I'm always so tired after I go to the gym. Do you? I'm really not sure going to the gym is the same as having chronic fatigue. I've been tired after the gym. It's not the same as having complete and utter exhaustion. Oh, well, I hope you get well soon. Clues in the name. It's a chronic condition. It is lifelong. I can't get well soon. This is as well as I get. It's chronic. You don't look sick. Good. That's the idea. I don't want to look sick. I try and look as normal as possible. Trust me, there are days when I look sick. Those are usually the days that I don't make it out of the house. When I do make it out of the house, it's a good day, so I probably don't look that sick. Yo, you don't look stupid. You should really try. Should I? Thanks for the unsolicited advice. Okay, so my sister had this, and the cure is there is no cure. If there was some secret thing, then nobody would have this condition. All the doctors would know they'd be out of jobs. There is no cure as such right now. You're way too young to be that sick. Yes, I'm well aware that I'm too young. You tell me, everyone tells me, doctors tell me. Try telling my body, because my body disagrees. My body is fairly sure that I'm 120. Is that even a real disease? I haven't heard of it. Yes, it's a real disease. I have it. I have the paperwork to prove it. Let's just stop asking for attention. Everyone knows you don't feel great. I'm really not. I am desperately trying to act and look as normal as possible so as not to get your attention, because I don't want it. But why can't you come out? You did yesterday. You were out all day yesterday. Why can't you come out today? Yes, I could yesterday, and that is why I can't today. I pushed myself way too hard yesterday because I was having fun, and because of that today I physically cannot, and no amount of willpower or sugar or coffee or anything will help. I would love to come and do this thing, but my body says no. You do realise it's probably all in your head? Is it? Because actually my head's the only thing that doesn't hurt right now. It's my body that hurts. Yeah, but at least it's not. No, it's not. And you're right. However, that doesn't diminish what I'm going through. I'm in constant pain. I am permanently exhausted. The fact that this thing isn't going to kill me doesn't mean that it's not horrific. harrowing, traumatic and stressful. Must be so nice to be able to chill at home all day and watch Netflix. Oh, and take a nap. I would love to have the time to take a nap in the afternoon. Do you know what? I used to think the same. Like, when you have a chill day, say on a Sunday or your day off, you spend the day on the sofa in your pyjamas and you're watching TV, you get takeaway and it's great. Yeah, that's nice when you're working a week and you're doing stuff you want to do and you're busy. When you are forced, for the 5th day in a row, do nothing more than lie on the sofa because you're in so much pain, it's not fun. And a nap. Man, I wish I didn't need a nap. I wish I had the energy to make it through the day, but I don't. How are you still sick? Yep, tell me about it. Still sick. Gonna be sick for a while. The whole thing, chronic means it's long term. Doesn't mean it's gonna go away. But trust me, I wish it would more than you do. Okay, so that's just a quick sort of run through of some serious and some sarcastic responses to comments that I've received myself. And as I said at the start, I know that the majority of people are well-meaning when they say these things, but they can be really disheartening. When you've had 5-6 people say, oh, it's all in your head, or just try yoga, or, you should eat cleaner, drink more water. It's just really frustrating. Like, if there was a magic pill or a magic exercise that would cure this, then no one would have this condition. No one chooses to feel like this. Trust me, no one chooses to feel like this. Since I was diagnosed, my circle has got so much smaller. I've lost friends, I've lost acquaintances, I've lost experiences, I've lost opportunities, and it's heartbreaking. I would give anything to not be chronically ill. And those just small flyaway comments that I know are most of the time well meant is just so frustrating to hear. So yeah, what I thought I would just do is on the end of this, just add a little bit of advice for what you can say to support people with chronic illness. I am going to put this out there and say this is just things that would work for me. Everyone with a chronic illness is different. Even someone with exactly the same diagnosis as me will have different experiences, different symptoms, different everything. So please don't take this as this will work for everybody. It's just a general advice, tips and things that you can do to support people. Okay, so say for example you are out somewhere with a friend. Say you've gone to a night out. So you go for a meal, you're there with your friend, you're like, hey, you're doing great, you're looking great, you're walking well, all of these things. Are you okay? And don't do it in front of everyone. Do it as just a quiet side comment. Because I personally will often push myself too far. So I'll just keep going because I'm having fun and I want to stay out. But actually inside I'm in agony. So just check in every so often, but don't make it overbearing. The second thing is, say you speak to someone a couple of days after that. Rather than saying, oh, hey, I wish you'd stayed out later, we went dancing, it was great. Yeah, trust us, we wish we'd stayed out later too. Just say something like, it was really nice to see you enjoying yourself, did you have fun, how was it? Show the person, your loved one, your friend, whoever, that you are thinking about their experiences too. Because trust us, we wish we could stay out partying all night as well. Well, you know what I mean? We wish we could stay and experience things as well as everybody else does, in the same way as everyone else does. But we can't always. So just think about that. Another thing I would suggest, and again this is for me, not for everybody, is to think about things like doing your own research. So when I was diagnosed, I had a couple of friends who were like, oh yeah, I've heard of lupus, it's on TV, it's great, you can do this. Whereas other people went and actually properly researched it and came back and said, hey look, I read this thing, there's this. Now, I will say that the majority of people diagnosed with something will research it themselves. I definitely did when I was diagnosed with lupus. I did a lot of research. So I researched it. My doctors obviously have studied it. If there was a magic pill out there, if there was something the doctors or I would have found it. So just doing a quick Google search, finding a Wikipedia page and going, hey, you should try, I don't know, pure honey. You know, something like that is not going to help. But if you actually do something, find the charity supporting that condition. So for lupus, there's the Lupus UK, there's the Lupus Foundation in America. There are places you can go where you can find actual helpful advice and information. Research those in order to fully support your friend, your loved one with chronic illness, because yeah, it's much more helpful than just throwing random advice at people. So the last thing I would really think about is offering advice to help people is wonderful. But I have a to-do list as long as, you know, I would say my arms and legs are short. I have a mile-long to-do list. And if someone says, hey, can I help you with something? What do you need? I don't even know where to start, to be honest. So if you want to, and you can offer support to your loved one, your friend, be really specific. So like say, hey, I'm going past X shop tonight, do you want me to pick anything up for you? Or I'm free on Wednesday, can I cook you dinner? Do you want to chill and watch a film? Try and be a bit more specific in what you're offering. Because A, it takes a little bit of pressure off the person to find something for you to help with. You know, I've had people say, hey, can I help? What do you need? And there's this sort of almost guilty pressure on me to be like, yes, can you do this? Because someone's offering their time and their support, so you kind of need to give them something. By saying, hey, I'm free on Wednesday, do you want to do this? I can then say, right, I'm not doing anything on Tuesday, so I should have enough spoons for Wednesday to do that. So that sort of specific can really, really help them as well. And I guess the last thing it would just be really think about it. If you had your nan, for example, 96 years old, lying in bed, struggling to breathe, would you turn around and say something like, hey, it's all in your head, you should try yoga? You probably wouldn't. You know, if your best friend broke both their legs, would your response be, hey, you should just go for a run? Like, just think about the unsolicited advice before you give it. I'm not saying you can't advise people, I'm not saying you can't be friendly and suggest things, just think about it before you do it and think, would it actually be helpful? Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope you've learned a few bits and pieces. If you have any other things that people say to you while you're chronically ill, pop them down in the description. Pop them down in the comments. I mean, I had a list so much longer. I just kind of tried to take the really common ones. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you've learned something, let me know. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Loopy love!